Well, the time has come. Something's getting torn apart. This is getting torn apart. It's got an RB20 in it that is like dead, pretty much. I think 2 cylinders are like 60 psi, and it's not happy. It runs really shittily, but now it's gonna get RB25 non-turbo Neo that we did a thicker head gasket, head studs. Everybody in Australia says they'll hold, what did I tell you, 600? Yeah, they'll hold 600 all day, supposedly. So we're gonna test that theory, and I guess I'll do a little time lapse pulling this thing out. Don't mind me cutting the radiator support. This is a big engine. I don't feel like shoehorning it out. It's not fun to do. But what year's this thing? 94? 93 R33 sedan. I think I gave y'all a glimpse of it earlier, but this should be a rowdy car, shooting for 450, 500. Maybe we can turn it down, I don't know, but should be a really fun car. We got a lot of brand new parts doing this one right, and guess I'll film a little bit. It's out. I always forget how big these things are. It's a big 2-liter. Really big 2-liter. Nice. But yeah, don't hate me. I cut that. It just makes it easier. Cool. Another quick little update. Got the clutch on there. It's a really nice, was it Super Twin Disc spec clutch. Should be rated for, I think it was 600 or 700 horsepower. I can't remember exactly, but almost ready to put this thing in. Brand new transmission. Like always, there's always some little issues. Pulled one of the flywheel bolts out, and I guess a piece of trash got in there from sitting, messed up a couple threads. Luckily I had a tap and die, or I had a tap that worked to fix that, and we retapped the bolt. Went back in good. I went ahead and ran a tap through all the holes. There's just like a little bit of like old thread lock stuck in there from whoever did this before. But yeah, it's almost ready to go back in. Still have to figure out a couple little things. I gotta get some spark plugs. I hate I don't have enough room to like leave the car in the garage. So like I have to go in and out of the garage and all this stuff to work on this car. And it's supposed to rain the next 4 days. So I'm trying to at least get the engine in so I can leave it in the garage and figure out a few things, because I don't know if the drive shaft's gonna fit. I didn't realize that the slip yoke is a different size diameter between the RB20 trans that was in the car originally, and then switching out to this R34 transmission. So fingers crossed the drive shaft is the right length. I can just slip out that slip yoke and make this work. There's not a whole lot of information on doing an RB25 Neo with this train setup and a 4-door R33. So I don't think there's any pre-made drive shafts. I've been looking around, so I really hope they're the same length. I can just switch out that slip yoke or whatever. But also don't know if this trans brace is gonna work. Previous owner only had one bolt there, or one bolt on each of that, and he slotted that one. So hopefully this lines up. If it doesn't, I'm gonna have to find a transmission brace. I mean, I'll use it temporary just to like move it around. Maybe get tuned on, probably not. But I gotta find the correct transmission brace, because that looks like an S14 one, if my memory resides correctly. But we'll see. I don't know. Let me get some more stuff done and I'll film some. We'll see. Think we learned something. I think you might use the RB20 engine mounts, the metal ones, like that. Or these are flipped or something. I think this came out of a, did it say a Stagia? I think this came out of a Stagia. Yeah, they're different. Let me take these off and see what happens. All right, so there is a difference. The one on the right is an RB25 non-turbo Neo out of Stagea. The one on the left is an RB20, I think 25 DET. It looks like that worked. Yeah, you gotta switch those two, just so you know. Yeah, good old Nissan, making everything interchangeable. I'm not a big polish, chrome, whatever this is kind of finish, but that looks pretty cool. I don't know. We're gonna redo these valve covers like wrinkle black or something. Maybe change that to black. I don't know. But it's in there. So yeah, if you're using Stagea motor, you need to switch over or buy RB20 or 25 metal brackets for the engine, so they'll actually fit. Yeah, that sucked to figure out. And if you saw where I drilled for the turbo drain, it is very close. I think it'll be okay. And it's nice. You get a lot of room under here. Work on stuff. But now it's all the fun stuff. Figuring out heater hoses, put the heater core back in because the dash is out, because dumb old owner removed it and threw it away. Yeah, fun little stuff to figure out. But it's so nice when you work on a chassis that's made for this engine. The last 240 I worked on, it was probably 10 years ago. I worked on an RB20 that was in a hatch, and it did not fit anywhere near this good. Like the valve covers were pretty much shoved into the firewall. The engine mounts were wrong. All sorts of things were wrong, but this fits so much better. So much more room. But still have a lot more to do. Yay. Figured I'd do a little update. Started getting on to the wiring harness from Wiring Specialties. There's a lot of things I gotta tie in. Added some sensors. There's a few things they didn't wire right, I don't think. I gotta figure out what these two do. It's orange and black. That's of course a ground. But I don't know if that's ECU power. I don't know. I gotta figure this out. But yep, little update. A lot to do. There's stuff scattered everywhere. I'm gonna clean the garage some because this is really bad. But I'm gonna do some cleaning and I'll get to doing some wiring. All right, as you can tell, the car's not in here. When I was tracing some wires and noticed a couple things weren't right, I guess you could say. Well, definitely a couple wires were not wired correctly in the harness. So I had to ship the harness back out to Wiring Specialties. And while that was getting fixed and dealt with, I decided to go ahead and drop off the car to my buddy's house to get the intercooler piping redone. A couple things just didn't want to fit right. Should have just bought a intercooler piping kit from Japan for the car, but I figured a RB swapped piping kit and intercooler would work for an S14. It's very close. It probably would have worked if we used a different style intake manifold. I just didn't like how it looked. Yeah, it was just too much of a tight radius. So I figured I'd just drop it off, get my buddy to get that done. And while I'm waiting on this harness, as soon as everything comes back in, I'll give you another update on what's going on with it. That's it. See y'all in the next one. Should have another update video pretty soon. Just waiting on parts. You know the game. Peace out.